Yo, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're explaining the Backrooms movie, all its psychological horror aspects. So, without further ado, let's get into this explanation. So, the film sets its narrative in the summer of 1990. The plot follows Clark, a failed architect turned depressed and alcoholic, who is really reeling from a messy, very messy divorce. While exploring a bizarre electrical malfunction in his store's basement, Clark discovers a null zone, which is quite literally a place that you can no-clip to the backrooms. When Clark disappears, his therapist, Dr. Mary Klein, ventures into the backrooms herself to find Clark, which I think is a very stupid decision. Also, a corporate scientific group that cracked open this parallel universe, and they call it the complex. This institute is called async. Also, they used to make MRI machines, which I think is weird. They discovered this, though. According to the director, the Backrooms is not a simulation, a physics shared dream, or a supernatural hell. Instead, it is an impersonal, physical force of nature that acts as a molecular memory. Yes, I know that word. I'm smart. Or a subconscious of the universe. When objects, spaces, or people slip into the backrooms, the dimension attempts to catalog and recreate them. However, it operates on a law of generation loss. It remembers things slightly wrong. This is why the architecture features doors with dozens of handles, non-Euclidean geometry, and staircases leading into nowhere. The unsettling entities roaming the halls are officially called still lives, as we learned in Found Footage 3. They are dimensions malformed, broken attempts to rebuild human beings from faulty memories. They represent human shape but lack genuine humanity, acting as terrifying empty vessels of pure trauma. When Mary finally tracks Clark down deep within the labyrinth, she discovers he is completely succumbed to insanity. He is living at a bizarre dinner table surrounded by grotesque, silent, still life replicas, including a red-haired creature that the Backrooms built to mimic his ex-wife. Clark refuses to leave. He explains that he actually prefers the backrooms because it is a vacuum where no one can judge him for his failures. In the real world, he failed his architectural dreams and destroyed his marriage. In the backrooms, he feels like a master of his own kingdom. Mary confronts him, aggressively forcing him to drop his delusions and take responsibility for his self-destructions, for his abusive self-destructive actions. This psychological conformation triggers the manifestation of the film's main monster, Pirate Clark. The monster, the Pirate Clark is a towering, distorted entity wearing the cheap costume Clark wore for his corny local furniture store commercial. The monster is the physical manifestation of Clark's own ego, self-hatred, and unfulfilled potential. When Clark tries to embrace his delusion by physically hugging the creature, Pirate Clark brutally bites his neck and kills him. This delivers the film's ultimate thesis. The Backrooms didn't destroy Clark, his total refusal to face his own internal demons did. Yeah, I like that. Following a terrifying chase scene where Mary utilizes her own past resilience to fight off Pirate Clark, she bursts through a threshold back into reality. However, her escape is entirely compromised. She is immediately, like when she stepped out, captured by async hazmat teams and placed in an isolated interrogation room. A scientist named Phil, I don't know his full name, suddenly implies that async will never allow her to leave because she knows way too much. Yeah, I wouldn't let her live either because it's very dangerous. It could get out to the world and it's like UFO information. The film closes off with a haunting series of panning shots that reveal the Backrooms has already completely absorbed Mary's mind. The final frames show a distorted, hollow, still life version of Mary sitting alone in a replicated version of facing room. Mary's childhood trauma stemmed her watching her agoraphobic mother get institutionalized and trapped in a looping environment. By the end of the film, Mary smiles at the bitter poetic irony that she has suffered the exact same fate. The exact same fate. She's as her mother. She's permanently trapped by a cold corpse duct on the outside, while a piece of her soul is left to rot as a monster on the inside. So yeah, that was my explanation. I honestly think I explained it very good. I don't know. I sometimes stuttered when reading the script. This is my first video with a script. But anyways, if you want to see me rank the characters next, I don't know. You should say if I want to. Stay tuned because I'm going to do a vlog in the Italy's biggest um water park and theme park. Also stay tuned for my brand new Backrooms found footage that I made. Anyways, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.